These are the Little Orphan Annie comic strips for the week of October 12th, 1925. Daddy is talking with Norman, I believe. He says, "So, the Count's found out we were kidding him with those phony papers, eh?" Norman says, "I don't know, sir, if he knows you were spoofing him, but I assure you, he was informed yesterday that the papers were false. He was furious." Daddy Warbucks walks off by himself. He says, "Furious? I'll bet he was. He must be feeling pretty low after the jolt he got Saturday. I'll just go in and kid him along a little." Daddy goes into the room where Count Tatour is sitting in a chair. You can just barely see Annie standing off in a distance. I don't know why. Anyway, Daddy says, "'Smatter, Count, old kid? Was the little pea under the wrong shell? What's biting you? You act like you'd heard bad news." The Count says, "Oh, everything is quite all right, merely a bit indisposed. The weather, I presume." Once Daddy is gone, the Count angrily paces the room, saying, "That tactless boor! He appears to know my every move, and now he has the audacity to taunt me. He is the one obstacle in my path. With him removed, nothing could stop me. In 10 years I could control the commerce of the world, but he is dangerous. I must wait my chance." Warbucks continues taunting the Count the next day. The two of them are in a room together. Warbucks says, "You act downcast, Count. You aren't your usual sunny self at all. Even the missus has noticed it." Then he gives him a really hearty slap on the back, so hard that the Count goes oof and his monocle goes flying. Warbucks says, "Cheer up, Count. Always remember the worst is yet to come." The Count rubs his sore back as Warbucks leaves the room, saying, "Do like I do, Count, when things go wrong. Laugh your troubles away. Ha ha, just like that." The Count, still rubbing his sore back, waves a fist at Daddy and says, "You shall pay for that. I have been taunted, ridiculed, baited, but one does not strike the Count de Tour with impunity. You shall pay, and soon. You shall see." The next day, the Count is entering the house, and he talks to Selby. Selby says, "What luck, Count?" The Count says, "Everything is arranged, Selby. It will happen Friday. There's no chance of mishap. When he goes for his morning walk— Shh! Let us not talk here. The walls have ears." And indeed, Little Orphan Annie and Sandy are spying on the two of them as they leave the area. Selby says, "We can go out on the terrace." Annie turns to her dog and says, "Well, Sandy, I wonder what's up now. Nothing good, I betcha. When either one of those foul balls looks happy, you can figure something unpleasant is going to happen, and they both look tickled pink." They have a nasty surprise in store for Daddy Warbucks. The next day, the Count is staring daggers at Warbucks's back. Annie sees this. She says, "Whew, gee, what a dirty look. And he was just as friendly as could be till Daddy turned his back for a second." Later, she talks to Daddy alone. She says, "If you could have seen the way that guy looked at you when you turned your back, you'd keep your eye peeled." Daddy says, "Why? How did he look at me, Annie?" "Like he wanted to shoot you in the back. That's how he looked. Watch out for him, Daddy." "Oh, he hasn't nerve enough for that, Annie. He's just mad right now. That's all." On Friday, Daddy Warbucks walks right into the trap set by the Count de Tour. He's walking along a road. We've got a couple of thugs peering out behind a bush and a tree. Daddy says, "Great kid, Annie. Think of her warning me yesterday that the Count would like to knock me off. Guess he would at that if he thought he could get away with it, but—" Then a bunch of thugs jump out. They have various weapons, like a knife, a blackjack, and a gun. Daddy starts fighting them. One thug goes, "Sacramento hot tamale," while Daddy goes, "What the?" Then Annie and Sandy jump into the frame. She says, "Stay with him, Daddy. We're coming." and the thugs are being badly beaten. One of them yells, "Caramba!" In the last panel, all the thugs are running away. Daddy's shirt is completely ripped. He's been beaten pretty badly. His cane is broken in half. He says, "That's the first good 'un I've been in for years. My wind isn't what it used to be, Annie. I was about done when you and Sandy blew in." Annie says, "Gee, when I socked that big guy on the nut, he rolled over twice and got up running." The Count is very unhappy to hear his trap failed. He says, "6 men, and they allowed him to escape. Fools, bunglers, imbeciles! That is the result of trusting others to do your work. Bah! Nothing but ill luck has attained me since coming to this accursed country." Later, he's talking with Daddy Warbucks and pretending to be polite. He says, "Ah, Warbucks, your good wife tells me you were the victim of a villainous assault yesterday." Daddy says, "Yeah?" The Count continues, "The servants say had it not been for the timely arrival of your ward Annie and her dog, you might have been handled roughly." Warbucks says, "Uh-huh." "You are indeed a lucky fellow. Allow me to congratulate you," the Count says, holding out his hand. Daddy Warbucks ignores his hand. He turns away, saying, "Thanks," in an extremely chilly voice.